Good evening and welcome back to another important update here. Today we're diving into a developing situation involving Melania Trump on what some might call a typical Thursday focused on the Trump family. While the spotlight often falls on Donald, this time the attention is squarely on Melania. Yet, as we all know, her story never strays far from his influence. Over time, it appears she's fully embraced the mindset that surrounds her, where every personal decision feels like a guaranteed winner. This echoes the kind of unwavering confidence we've seen in her husband, who has famously declared intentions like pursuing major actions regardless of opposition, insisting things will happen one way or another. So, when Melania came up with the concept of producing a feature-length film about herself, it must have seemed like a natural next step. After all, her memoir received strong praise from supporters, with many reaching out to say they wanted more insight into her experiences. Why not expand that into a visual format? Hiring the necessary talent and putting it all together would surely capture attention, right? It's almost like a behind-the-scenes look at readjusting to life in the White House. No previous First Lady has taken on a project quite like this. And honestly, there's a reason for that. It's an unusual move that carries real risks. But let's get straight to the latest developments in this story because the details are telling. Recent reports indicate that Melania Trump's new documentary is facing serious challenges in attracting viewers. Insiders have pointed to efforts by Republican-affiliated groups to boost attendance figures. Apparently, several local chapters connected to the party have purchased large numbers of theater seats, sometimes entire screenings, to create the appearance of stronger interest. Even with those measures in place, the overall response remains underwhelming. Many potential audience members show little enthusiasm, and in some cases, even complimentary tickets go unused. In one instance, questions have arisen about how deeply involved Melania is in her husband's routine responsibilities. She has said she offers her perspective when asked, though he follows it at times and not others. Her role, as she describes it, is to stand by him and provide support. When the film was first announced months ago, expectations were high for crowds interested in hearing her personal account of the days leading up to the recent inauguration. But that early buzz has not translated into steady demand. Advance bookings for showings later this month have been notably low in various locations. This situation has prompted those Republican organizations in more conservative regions to step in discreetly, acquiring blocks of tickets. The goal seems clear: avoid the embarrassment of empty auditoriums, which would reflect poorly on both Melania and, by association, the president. Sources close to the matter have described the push as more about managing appearances than genuine excitement. One contact put it plainly: this demand isn't coming naturally from the public, it's manufactured to fill seats that would otherwise stay vacant. These groups are going further in some areas, snapping up substantial portions of screenings and then distributing the tickets at no cost or reduced prices to members, supporters, or through party-related channels. The aim is to place them with people likely to be sympathetic. Still, even these incentives haven't sparked much uptake. In certain spots, requirements for personal information to claim a seat have actually deterred some from participating. Reports suggest that without intervention, many showings would have very few attendees. One observer called it less like a standard movie outing and more like a test of allegiance. Another noted that the process feels forced at times. The challenges extend beyond the United States. In the United Kingdom, where the documentary is scheduled for more than 100 cinemas, ticket numbers have also been disappointing. This follows a substantial global marketing investment, around $35 million, from the studio that acquired distribution rights. Social media users in the UK highlighted the issue around January 27th, sharing reactions that ranged from amusement to disbelief. Several posted about screenings with virtually no sales. One person mentioned a single ticket purchased for a premiere, joking it might become a rare collectible. Others checked local venues and found only isolated seats booked here and there, expressing surprise at how limited the interest was. Despite the setbacks, Melania appears enthusiastic about the project. On January 25th, following a private viewing at the White House, she shared a positive message on social media. She described the evening as deeply meaningful, surrounded by friends, family, and notable figures who each contribute uniquely to the world. She emphasized how individual experiences can remind us of our shared responsibilities and expressed gratitude for presenting the film ahead of its wider release. The documentary itself focuses on the initial 20 days before her husband's second term began, presented through her eyes. It promises glimpses of important discussions, behind-closed-doors moments, and private settings, while exploring the adjustments her family faces in returning to that environment. At the end of the day, this effort has not connected with audiences in the way hoped. The evidence, from sluggish sales here and abroad to the need for organized support, points to a project struggling to find its footing. It's hard not to recall Melania's past public moments of detachment. Perhaps this is one where that famous attitude of indifference applies. Public interest simply isn't there, and neither, it seems, is widespread enthusiasm from her base.